welcome back to Europe Nation Reactions. I am Tyrone, and today on the channel we got another honest trailers, man, and it is X-Men 97. Let me tell you, man, if you haven't seen by my gray hair here and some gray hairs here, you know, and the beard connected, I am of a certain age, all right? I'm in the millennial group, okay? When I say that, this show in the 90s was something we waited for on Saturday mornings. And also, the reruns from Saturday was played during the week in the mornings before we went to school. I'm telling you, X-Men was just amazing, okay? And the way that this writer and Disney Plus did this is how Marvel needs to continue with the way they create things, okay? Because every single week we were until the finale of this season finale of this, we were waiting. I was waiting. I know you guys were waiting for real, because this was just, it was dope, dude. I was watching it at work on my regular job, you know, and I was like, yo, this shit's crazy. And of course, I didn't react to it because it would have got blocked here. Everything from Disney gets blocked here. No matter what type of editing I do, it gets blocked. I gave up on doing any reactions for Disney Plus. Simple as that. You know, I might put it on my Patreon if I keep my Patreon, because it don't even look like you guys want that. So, but either way, let's go ahead and see what honest trailers is going on with this. All right.
You grew up with X-Men, the animated series.
Yeah.
Now, shockingly, Disney let the series mature with its audience.
That's
because
right.
all the mutants want to do this time is go crazy and die. Woo! Cue the theme song. Hey, get that skip intro button out of there.
You damn
Crank
right.
it.
Crank it.
Oh, right. Baby's sleeping. Shh.
Yeah, because we're older now.
97.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Almost 30 years ago, the classic series ended on a cliffhanger, and it's been a rocky road for the X-Men ever since.
Where the hell did you go?
Their special place.
Now,
special
your
place.
favorite mutants are back in the most adult X project since Bryan Singer's hot tub casting sessions.
Two always better than one, and far better than three.
Packed with more catty drama than last year's BravoCon.
But I love it.
Can't touch you, Remy.
I love you.
Slap.
Communicating via psychic rapport was our thing.
Cheating on her in the
Stop it. Let
mind.
me explain, please.
Enough Avenger cameos to keep Emperor Feige on board, and a Reddit's worth of relationship advice posts like, can I shapeshift into a married woman to comfort the dying man who loves her?
I love you, Logan. Stay with me.
Is it still cheating if you psychically bond with your lover's clone, who is also the mother of your child?
Don't tell
He
me.
didn't know.
Explain.
Oh, he knew then. By then, he knew.
And do you lose your moral authority if you fake your death to become a bird lady's sex pet?
Your man speaks as if I am your pet. Not an
Oh!
entirely displeasing thought.
Hush
You know.
You may bark later.
Now the Professor X has found someone to match his
control
freak.
him.
He's left the X-Men to his ex friend Magneto.
His ex-friend.
I have you, Magnus.
Ah, shut
I'll
up.
always have you.
Shut up.
A
It was
decision
kind of
that
kinky.
ends up destroying the team, the school, his ride, the nation of Genosha, and nearly the world.
Thousands are feared dead. All first world infrastructures are in ruin. Magneto, sir? Really?
But that won't stop Dr. Obvious from making a last-second return to condescendingly lecture us anyway.
Too many have died, Magnus, but we both have the power to end it. Demerits, raise your hand.
Magneto was right, Chuckles, and maybe Scarlet Witch had the right idea too.
Bam.
All your favorite mutants have returned with up to one new personality trait. There's a pair of gray jeans, a pair of jean grays. One is a new mom. The other is putting her clone through X-menopause with painful thought flashes.
X-menopause.
If you'll excuse us, Madeline.
Then there's Cyclops, the ultimate 90s protagonist. A handsome white guy with a steady job, nice house, and good romantic prospects, who still finds reasons to be miserable.
You know, if he were
Yeah.
here, the team wouldn't be shooting
Serial
hoops while
killer.
the Friends of Humanity are running around with Sentinel blasters.
He needs his father.
I'm doing a bang-up job.
You're basically Peter from Office Space, dude. Stop whining.
Two chicks at the same
Big
time.
time.
Rogue, the folksy
Two chicks at the
southerner
same time.
who, get this, goes rogue.
See, drop that man.
Beast,
Oh.
the exact midpoint between a Furby and a Frasier.
Where the Jabberwock, my son?
Wolverine, who's not the main character this time? What?
No,
Is
he's
that
not.
legal? Gambit, who's battling Magneto for Rogue's affections, and battling Forge to be king of the himbo thirst traps.
Powers.
What about Gambit's other powers?
Morph, who no one likes,
Stop being a creep, Morph.
Everyone hates him.
And then there was Morph.
but they'll change into someone you do.
All in
Yep.
favor?
Yep.
Storm, a goddess, in case you were wondering.
You are a goddess. Aurora's doing her modest goddess routine.
You are the closest thing to a goddess as we will ever see.
Jubilee, a teen trying a little too hard to sound like one.
Dude, I get it. One day life's fresh, then the next day you're waking up to a blue monkey singing Mozart as he tinkers with doohickeys.
Well said, fellow youth. And newcomer Roberto
Wow.
da Costa, a rich kid struggling to hide his mutant heritage and comic book heritage. Are you ready to get political? Because the X-Men have been woke since long before the outrage grifter economy.
You can be cured. We're mutants. There's nothing
Look at
wrong
this,
with
people.
us that needs to be cured.
Only this time, they're done both citing prejudice,
Magneto was right.
proudly tying the cause of mutant rights to those of the non-binary, people with disabilities, or even short Canadians. The only thing that's irredeemable in this universe is humanity.
A good mutant? Now that is rich.
I was born this way.
Seriously? It's easy to say Magneto was right when every Humie literally turns into a monster. Watch these super friends face off against the franchise's most iconic villains, like Mr. Sinister,
Dude,
who
got on my
cloned Jean
nerves.
Grey, tricked Cyclops into knocking her up, infected the baby with COVID TV,
COVID TV.
gave the real Jean amnesia, then fights the grown-up baby sent back in time to stop him. It's a lot.
If I had it my way, I'd be on Isla Mirada with you and Jean instead of space. But she's
Not my mother.
Then there's the adversary, who's like every big tech
This
company,
guy.
if it were also an owl.
I feast on misery, and I
Kept getting in her head.
waste my meal.
And finally, the human sentinel hybrid Bastion, a poor little robo-boy who turned his hometown into zombies like a super-powered fentanyl dealer, then thoroughly beats down the whole team like they owe him money.
I thought she was gone.
And only goes
Fire.
down when Jean Grey summons the Phoenix Force out of nowhere at the last second. They're
Yeah.
called Omega-level mutants because only they can end a fight.
Yeah, Omega. Omega.
Enough.
EMP on the whole planet. No, please.
So pour a bowl of cereal that's definitely not on your doctor's recommended diet in this legacy sequel that updates its characters, powers, and world for a more discerning audience.
What'd you expect? Black leather?
And will leave you wondering, if Disney can greenlight something this thoughtful, dramatic, and cool looking, why does What If feel like it was made by an AI trained on video game cutscenes?
That happened.
Starring Nifty Shades for Grey. Somehow the Phoenix Force returned. New clone, who dis? Nathan for you.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Hot Fuzz. I
Fuzz.
dropped my monster condom that I use for my Magnus dong.
Damn.
Doth profess too much. My Sherry no more.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf and Bob.
He'll be back though.
Imposter Syndrome. Stayed out of the sunspot. My neighbor Aurora.
Baby, I'm a firework.
Viva La Banff. Storm Chaser.
Dr. Evil.
guy robot, and flight shaming.
Another Catch the X-Men day.
Please remember that should the new Blackbird suffer a malfunction, you are the only soul on board for whom gravity would most certainly be an issue.
Man, everyone can fly but me. You too?
I know.
To me, my childhood.
Yeah! Yeah!
My name is N.
Apocalypse.
Sabanur.
Somehow, Apocalypse returned. The name's epic voice guy. Remember it.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. But Gambit's gonna be back. As you see at the end, if you saw in the very end credit scene in the last one, Apocalypse goes to Genosha, picks up a card, and he's saying so much death that he's gonna be able to bring back him as one of the horsemen. So that was in the comics too. Now I don't claim to be a person that knows all the comics and all that stuff. My brother, he read a lot of the comics. Learned a lot of different X-Men comics, X-Force comics, and he's a comic head. But me, I'm just a passerby, of things that I've known throughout the years. But yeah, man, this was just amazing. I'm glad he talked about the whole thing about woke culture and everybody, it was never, bro. This thing has been out for a while, but I'm not gonna even step into that. Y'all can fight amongst that in the comments yourselves. But what I enjoyed about this is that it kept people engaged and nobody was safe. If Gambit can die and Wolverine can lose his adamantium from his bones, anybody was, because I was like, yo, when Bastion had Rogue choking her out, I was like, yo, she's about to go. Okay, if it wasn't for Sunspot coming over there and saving her. So this show is great. I can't wait for season 2. Unfortunately, if you guys didn't see, the news came out. The guy who wrote this, who was the showrunner of this, came out and said, yeah, I'm not involved because they fired him. The only thing he did write some parts of season 2, but who knows if they're going to keep that, if they're going to keep his writing staff to be able to finish up what he said, what he was writing. They just need to freaking hire that man back, because if season 2 does not hit like season 1, we will know it. Fans will know it, okay? We will know it. Oh, my light went out. It did. But yeah, fans will know it, man. So yeah, if I was Marvel, Disney, I'd bring that man back and be like, you know what? You gave us the feeling of what old Marvel was, but in animation form. We need you back. But it ain't happening. But that was funny as usual. Pointing out some great stuff, honest trailers. You guys are one of the best YouTube channels out there, for real. But get in the comments and let me know what you thought about this honest trailers. Let me know what you thought about X-Men 97. Did you grow up with it, or is this your first time diving into an X-Men show or anything? I like that. Shoot, in the 2000s when X-Men Evolution came out, I enjoyed that a little bit too, even though the animation was a little bit different and the stories were a little bit different. But yeah, I enjoyed it too. I enjoy a lot of the animation X-Men stuff from the 90s to the 2000s and to now with this, for sure. But get in the comments and let me know what you thought, and if you did like my reaction, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help out the channel more than you know. And if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything I do right here on Your Nation Reactions. And over there, coming up right now, should be a video that I did. I don't know what it is because I do many things on this channel. But I think you should watch it, and I think it's entertaining, and I think you should come back and watch another reaction, all right? So, I bid you adieu. See you later. Peace.